Hello and welcome to episode 105 of Things I've Learned from Barry Harris. And today I thought we would take just a simple idea of pivoting, and I thought we would do it on the minor 6 diminished scale, Barry's minor 6 diminished scale. So the first two things we have to know is what is Barry's minor 6 diminished scale. And I thought we would do it in A, maybe we'll do A minor. So what it's composed of, this is what's wonderful about Barry's 4 scales of chords. This particular one is composed of an A minor 6, which would be A, C, E, F sharp. A minor 6. The second 4 notes that it's composed of is this. You could say it several ways, but let's just say it B diminished, which would be a B, D, F, A flat. So it's composed of A, C, E, F sharp, and B, D, F, A flat. When you put them together, you have this beautiful 8-note scale, which has if you notice, a flat 6 and a major 6, which is really pretty. It's like a combination, if you want to look at it, of melodic minor and harmonic minor, which I think is beautiful. But more important, it's an A minor 6 and a B diminished put together. So there's a lot of ways to practice this scale. So the first thing you do, obviously, is practice scale up and down. And in this case, you can go to tonic because it's not 7 notes, it's 8 notes. Then you have to know the scale in thirds, which is play a note, skip a note, play a note. So now the first third is going to be part of this minor 6. Next one's going to be diminished. Next one's going to be part of minor 6, diminished, minor 6. And what's nice is a third is play a note, skip a note, play a note. This is play a note, which is the E. You're going to skip the F and play the F sharp. So even though it's a third, it's a second, really. That's actually a third when we're thinking about doing thirds in the scale. I think someplace Barry calls it a diminished third or something like that. But I don't know. So we got this, thirds. There's our second, still thirds, still thirds, still thirds. So if you look at it, it's kind of interesting is that it's only, you got a minor third, another minor third, a major third, the C to the E. And that's the only major third in it. Because now you got D to F is a minor third, E to F sharp is a second, F to A flat is a minor third, F sharp to A is a minor third, and then A flat to B is a minor third, and then back to the first one, minor third. So there's only one major third. All the rest of the minor thirds except for the second, which is really interesting. And you should know how to play them like this too if you're a guitar player together. But this is nice to do scale-wise. Same thing. That's thirds. Then you have to know triads, which is just skip another note and add another note to what the thirds were. So the thirds were A, C. Now skip D and play E. There's your triad. Now it's always going to be, because this beautifully perfect scale, it's going to be, there's A minor, the second one. There's a diminished. There's a minor 6. Next one's diminished. Next one's minor 6. Next one's diminished. Minor 6. Diminished. Minor 6. The same thing coming down. Minor 6. And so on. I like to practice these sometimes sometimes you can repeat the middle note. So you got A, C, E, so the middle note is C. So go back and repeat that. So sometimes you'll hear people play. Sorry. So there's your triads. Now here's the one I'm trying to get to, which is a chord. So it's play a note, skip a note, play a note, skip a note, play a note, like a triad. Now you're going to skip another note, which in this case would be F, and play the F sharp. So there's our first chord. Second one. And of course this is going to be A minor 6, B diminished, an inversion of A minor 6, an inversion of B diminished, another inversion of A minor 6, diminished, A minor 6, diminished, A minor 6, diminished. It's so perfect. Its name is what the scale is composed of, which is why I feel like these are the greatest scales in the world, because they actually tell you what's in it. A harmonic minor doesn't tell you what's in it by the name. You have to know what that means. An Egyptian minor or whatever, it doesn't tell you what's in it. This tells you what's in it. That's what I love about it. Now let's do them down. Chords down. Minor 6, diminished. See, every other one is a minor 6, every other one is a diminished. They're really pretty. And you can come up with different ways to practice them. Like I like, if you go up the first one, then go up the next scale note. Now that's diminished, so you're going to come down the diminished. So it's up minor 6, down diminished. Up minor 6, down diminished. Up minor 6, down diminished. Down diminished. Same thing coming down. You could say, go down minor 6, go down a scale note, come up a diminished. So it's going to be down minor 6, up diminished. Down minor 6, up diminished. Now these are not just exercises. You're going to use these when you're soloing, for sure, especially on minor tunes, something in minor, for sure. Now the thing I was trying to get at is, this is the idea of a pivot. Here's the first chord. Chord up would be A, C. So it's A, skip B, C, skip D, E, skip F, F sharp. So here's our chord. A, C, E, F sharp. So now, the idea of a pivot is this. If I say A, C, E, F sharp, those are my 4 notes. But now I'm going to keep the A where it is. But now the next 3 notes of the chord, which is C, E, F sharp, I have to play these an octave lower. So instead of playing, I have to play. And isn't that pretty? So look, if I was doing a phrase and I said, pretty, right? So that was just, I came up the chord. But now I'm going to play the same phrase, but when I get to here, I'm going to pivot. So I'm going to say, now I know it's a minor thing. It's a minor meaning a small, but it's not insignificant. So okay, that's the first one. The next one's going to be diminished. So same idea. The 4 notes of the diminished, which is the B, the D, the F, and the A flat. But instead, you're going to play the B here, and now the D, F, A flat, you have to play down an octave lower. So it's going to be this. So here's our first one. Second one. Third one. Fourth one. Fifth one. Sixth one. From the major 6. From the diminished. And then you back to the first one again. But these are so pretty. So like if I get used to doing this. So there's the chord up from. But watch, if I do, instead of doing, if I do this, that's a pretty phrase. Or, those are so pretty. If I did from the 6. I mean, that's a totally different thing. Those are totally different things, but I love them both. Both beautiful. Let's do it from the 3rd. So we'll say, let's see. That's a pretty one. So then we'll do it from the 3rd here. Really pretty. The one from the 3rd is beautiful also. And the one from the tonic we already did. Let's see. Let's see. That's a nice phrase. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now, let's see. What do we do from there? We could do that. But see how pretty these are? That's a pretty phrase. So you see how these get thrown in different ways. You do, sometimes you could do pivots and sometimes you can't, but they're such an incredible tool, a pivot. And again, we should know these for everything. We should know these for a regular, or for if we were just doing a major scale. You got to know these pivots. That's a pivot. All these, instead of saying, all those are pivots. You should know them for dominant scales. And we do this one a lot. We do those all the time, but we need to do all of them. That's a pretty one. And then, these are pretty. These are so pretty, and that's on dominant scale. So pivots are one. I've been talking to my students about these. This is such a gem, pivots. And when you get them in your fingers and you're able to play them consistently, especially for guitar players in any position, they are so helpful. It's like a neat little hack almost to be able to change the placement of where your scale tones are, or where your chord, where your scale tones are. So it's really wonderful. So anyway, it's something to look into. I hope this was helpful, and enjoy practicing your minor 6 diminished. Until next time, thanks.